Hello everyone, welcome to Car Chronicles episode 16. I wanted to talk today about brain retraining again because this is coming up more and more with people that I talk to, but this time I want to comment on everything that I know about the Primal Trust program. But before I get into it, I wanted to mention that I am doing coaching again Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 12 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'll put a link to my online booking calendar in the description of this video, as well as a link to my website if you want to check out more about my bio and read some FAQs, some testimonials, and you can book sessions through there as well. So the video today is about Primal Trust. So I have mostly mentioned in my videos up to this point about DNRS, or Dynamic Neural Retraining System, because that's the one I think that's the most popular, at least from what I've seen, and also that's the one that I've purchased and went through, so I know the most detail about that course, and I've commented about it in other videos if you want to check that out. As far as Primal Trust, so I have not purchased the course, but one of my friends from this community, sent me I think it was a 100-page ebook all about Primal Trust, and so it gave quite a detailed overview of what the program is about and how it's different from other programs. So DNRS is a one-time purchase, and I purchased it after I got COVID, so it was almost a year ago, and I didn't realize until one of my clients told me this, but it actually expires in a year, and then you have to go month to month or become part of a membership or renew or something like that. And mine has not expired yet, but thank you to whoever pointed that out to me, because that was not really detailed when I bought the course, and I thought it was just forever, which I think is a little bit crazy, because every online course I've ever bought is permanent. Once you purchase it, you have access for life. So not really a fan of it kind of ending. But with Primal Trust, from what I could see from their website, it's not a one-time purchase. It's a membership. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you've purchased or done the whole course of Primal Trust, but you pay month to month and you have access to their materials. Now, I know they have a tiered structure from what I read in that ebook, so I don't know if it's different prices for different tiers or if it's just one flat rate per month and you have access to everything. So if you know about that, comment below and let us know what you know about that. But the difference from what I gather, there's a few differences between Primal Trust and DNRS. So DNRS focuses on top down, meaning brain. It's all focused on the brain. Basically, you go through these steps. They call them rounds, and they involve dynamic body movements. So the purpose of the rounds is to get your brain, to teach your brain to get out of those loops, like those trauma loops, those thought loops, what's keeping you stuck in that limbic dysfunction, according to them. So you go through these rounds, you go through the dynamic movements, and then after you do that, then you go into the second kind of part of it, which involves visualization, kind of future projection or future pacing. I don't know exactly how they word it. There's different ways to word it, but you're basically getting yourself into a heightened positive emotional state. You're visualizing your future, and it's supposed to be rewiring. I went through the course, but I did not practice it for the minimum of 6 months that they recommend, because my skin problems and tinnitus and stuff that had flared after COVID actually ended up going away. The tinnitus, I worked through Liam Stops Tinnitus program that I found on Instagram, which was a huge help for me. And the skin stuff, I did some things just to try to lower the inflammation in my body. I kind of just did my own thing, and it went away on its own. It took about 8 months. So I don't know if it was because of what I was doing or if it just would have went away naturally anyway. But so I didn't feel the need to go through all of the DNRS. But I did actually go through the whole course, but I didn't implement it for 6 months like they recommend. So that's a top down. So Primal Trust addresses this from the outline that I read, this detailed ebook. They do the top-down neural retraining, but they also say that the missing piece is that from other programs is they don't also include bottom-up, meaning you have to like work on stuff in the body, because the body and the brain are in this constant like circling communication. So vagus nerve, somatics, like they talk about, it's really important to do both parts of this process. And so they include a lot of like body exercises as well as the brain stuff, because they claim that it's really important to do both, because one influences the other in this cyclical kind of feedback loop. They also, so I don't know exactly how it's broken up in their course, but you can then dive deeper, which I believe is getting into one of the other tiers where you can go further. And I've talked about this in other videos where I have talked to people who did a program like DNRS, and it took them to a certain level of healing, but then they had to go deeper. And this is where the TMS stuff can come into play for some people. So mind-body syndrome. So this can include, there's all different practitioners on YouTube that help people work through these chronic conditions, and their theory is that there's suppressed emotions, there's unconscious processes going on that are at the root of these neural conditions. And so some people will kind of go through DNRS and then explore, kind of branch out and go deeper into the TMS stuff, but it looks like the Primal Trust includes that in a further tier of their course. So you can do like inner child work. I think it's like trauma healing. I don't know if they do the internal family system stuff, but basically they're going deeper. So you're doing the top down and the bottom up, the brain and the body, but then you can take it further and get into deeper methods of healing if you need to. And so I like that. I like that they sort of have this tiered approach where they're sort of attacking everything from multiple angles, which in my opinion, chronic conditions often take a multifaceted approach, even completely outside of withdrawal in this community. From my understanding, even with autoimmunity, when you're trying to get to root cause and turn symptoms around, you often have to do multifaceted things. So Primal Trust, from my understanding, is what I just mentioned. They don't talk about like nutrition, movement, those other types of things that can also be important in recovery. From my understanding, again, if you've taken Primal Trust in full, let me know in the comments if they do address this, because I might be missing that piece in this explanation. And I do think that there are, it is important to look at all of these different aspects. But if you are interested in the neural retraining stuff, then I just wanted to give what I have learned about these different programs. And one of the reasons that I got the idea to do this video is because someone that I had coached about 6 months ago reached out to me, hello, and the email title subject line was "I am healing" in big letters. And this person was like, "Melissa, I need to talk to you. And, I've made such progress in the last little while." And this was someone who had been on quite a long journey and was just so excited about, and was listing all the things that they've done the last month, which they haven't been able to do prior to that. And it looked like, based on the email, this is due to neural retraining, DNRS specifically. So I'm chatting with this person on Monday, super looking forward to it, and just getting more one-on-one feedback from people who have really dived into these programs and gotten relief. And I potentially have an interview set up for Wednesday with another person, hello, that I have coached numerous times, that's also really gotten far in their healing through these types of programs. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, and let me know your thoughts on this, and if you've done any deep dives, or if you've purchased multiple programs, or even just this one, and can give further feedback, because I am getting more and more questions from people about this type of stuff. So yeah, I appreciate any further explanation, further details in the comments about Primal Trust specifically. And you can look into their website as well, but this ebook that I was sent really was quite informative, and so I appreciate that being sent to me, and hopefully this is helpful for you. And I hope you are doing well. Oh, there's a car show in town, so there's a lot of traffic today, but I'll see you guys next time. Bye.